Hey, everyone. How are y'all doing today? I know it's Thursday. I completely forgot about Wednesday for some odd reason. Don't know. This week has been flying by, but I hope you guys are doing well. I see Sherry. How are you doing, Brenda? And Sherry, how are y'all doing? How's it going? And of course, my dogs are going to make some noise back there, but how's everybody's week so far? It's about to be the weekend. So that'll be nice. Let me put something here on the background. I got an interesting live that let me put this on. An interesting live that I um, recorded yesterday on TikTok that y'all are gonna find fascinating because it kind of incorporates YouTube with TikTok because uh, Jumpsuit Pablo and dutyron were on this TikToker channel, and it was a mess. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna come and you know show you guys because it kind of goes all together, right? So it's just a mess. I was just like, doing good. Hope you're doing. Yeah, I am doing. Actually, having such a good day. I've had such a productive day. I've been super busy, and I think the weather too is helping. Hey, Rebellious Rose, how are you doing? And I think it just helps. I got some things I'm gonna do later on this evening, but but sorry about that. So um yeah, so they were over there, and I don't know how long they have already done the live, but I'm so glad you got it all on a shot. Oh, did you really? Yeah. So I got about an hour of it. Actually, I got more than that, but oh my gosh. Did you see the where they were going back and forth with the translator and stuff? I cut that off because I always try to do you guys. Of course, my dogs now are singing back here. and and so because they were going back and forth, and so I was just like, no. It was just like it's the same thing like to me like the Natasha pauses, right? So I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. So I think for the most part I took it out. So I know my dogs are singing. Of course they decide to sing. I'm sure you guys can hear it probably. um but yes, I did get it, and I was like, what a mess. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show it to you guys. So I okay, there they go. Oh my goodness. Of course they decide they want to sing right now. But I have 5 dogs, so sorry about that for just a minute. Brenda, oh yeah, no worries. Rose, yes, la la. It was taking so long. Oh my, yes, Rose, right? It'd be like one. I was reading the chat, and it'd be like one like freaking question they ask, and they go on for like freaking 5-6 minutes. It's like, oh my goodness. So I was like laughing. I was laughing at the chat a lot. It was very entertaining. So, and I did leave the chat part on because it just adds to it, right? I mean, it was just uh, it was really funny, and the patience. Let me tell you that Pablo and Ron had. Oh my goodness, bless their heart, because now uh, Ron dropped down after a while. I don't blame him. I was just like, oh my goodness. But Pablo really had like a lot of patience, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But he did leave kind of like crazy, right? So singing the songs of their people, right? It was so crazy. Hey, COVID, how's it going? Thank you. Yes, if you guys can hit the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, COVID. And you always remind me, so I appreciate that very much. And I wanted to bang my head on the kiosk so many times. Oh my goodness. You know what's so funny is that I went to TikTok and I typed it out, and I can't believe how many um, channels there support him. I mean, there is a lot. Like I was like, oh my goodness. Like I didn't even know it was that many channels that were focused on him. And It's just so bizarre, so bizarre. I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is, it ain't right. And but yeah, so we're gonna get to it because it's about an hour long, and I'm gonna do some commentary over it. And where did my video go? Of course, let's see. It was like talking to a, oh my goodness, it was after a while I was just like, oh my god. Honestly, when I was editing it, I started losing my patience a little, and I was like, you know what, at this point I'm about to leave it all on and we're just gonna skip it around. But then I was like, no, just step away from the computer for a moment. Because it was like a mess. It really was a mess. These girls, you know I guess it's just everywhere, right? It's YouTube, it's TikTok, no matter where you're at, you know it was very entertaining. I'll say that. There are a ton of people in the yes, yeah. Oh my goodness. And to hear girls fight for him, um it's I don't know, it's beyond my understanding. It really is. I do not get it. Never will. I pray to God that my daughter is never one of them, and they definitely need to get some therapy. Let me see. Let me pull it up because I had it on here, but for some odd reason it's not there. So hold on. Okay. So pop up.
The cell phones that he had in his possession showed
Okay. So here I can't even see. Hold on a second. Okay. So here it goes. Can y'all see that? I just want to make sure you guys can see it well. It gets crazy. It really does. And there isn't a chance in hell he will ever be out. I know. You know what I was thinking? I was okay. So I did like a short live at TikTok, and I was just like, I was talking about that too. Like, what are they wanting? Like, they literally can go down the street and get like a guy that who they can actually like go to the movies with. Hey, Cherokee girl, how you doing? Oh, I just saw some of the videos that you're posting. Um, I see you've been a busy lady as well. Um, yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they could literally go get someone down the street that they can actually like go to a movie, go hang out, and then they're fighting for this guy who is like in freaking prison. Like, it's unbelievable. I can't comprehend it. I will never. Like I said, these girls really need some help. If you guys could just give me a second before I get started, just give me uh, like 2 minutes, please, just really quickly. Sorry. Alrighty, sorry about that. Okay. Um, I used to go to Death Row, but I never once entertained the thought of being with. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Okay, we're gonna get started because it is crazy to see these. Okay, okay. So, if you guys, and I'm sure you guys know, so on the, it says their name on the bottom, but it's on the bottom left we got Jumpsuit Pablo, and then on the other side we got Dutyron, which is if you guys do not know, he is a retired NYPD police detective, so he definitely knows his stuff, and these girls can basically give a crap. So let's get. Okay, here we go.
tracked his movements. It's called geofencing. Geofencing showed that Wade Wilson was in each location where the murders happened. The evidence, which is DNA, that's from our cellular, from our bodies, his DNA is on the victims. No other person's DNA is on the victims. This is stuff that you didn't hear about in court because it didn't have to be presented. It was presented to his defense because you see, here in America, you have to give all.
Oh yeah, and these okay. So there's some of these women that are from like Germany or something. They got the translator going. I don't even know, and I promise I want to say that they've talked English and they understand it, and you'll catch that they'll even point that out. So he's trying to explain, like, here in America, you know, the way that they do stuff. So, um, so then let's see, it wouldn't bother me as much if they just admitted he's guilty. Yes, yeah, but he's and still, yeah, exactly. What bothers it, Rose, that's exactly the same thing that I was thinking too. I was thinking too, but like it's different if they like just said, "Hey, look, you know, he's, you know, he is. I mean, the guy admitted it. Like to how many people? Really, he literally said what he did. Like, I'm just gonna try to like, yeah, he was at the night. Yes, yeah, and that was another thing. Yes, at the 9/11, exactly. I mean, he is a very, and you know what's interesting is I followed him when he early got started with this channel. Like I remember, and I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to be very successful because the way that he carries himself. Of course, in a little while, you will hear that some of these ladies have a problem with, you know, I guess his delivery, which is, I don't know, it's just an excuse to, you know, say something, of course, you know. So let's see here. Um, so let's see here. And here it goes.
All discovery. The discovery means all of the evidence has to be given to the defense. Wade Wilson's attorneys got all of the discovery before this trial started.
Oh, thank you, Sharky girl. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the cash app. Appreciate that very, very much. I'm gonna send it to him to Wade to his kiosk. Just kidding. Absolutely not. Never off you, baby. I know. Right. I mean, they would be dumb still, but it wouldn't anger me if they stop with the yeah. And I think that's, you could tell that that's really where they're gonna go with it too. Like you said, Rose, you know, you heard it a lot as well. So here.
And they looked at it and had time to look it over, and they said, oh, we have no defense to this. Our client, Wade Wilson, confessed to numerous people who are civilians, his biological father, his girlfriend Mila, detectives on numerous occasions. That, putting that aside, all of the evidence, that cellular evidence, that is a timestamp. He had Christine Melton's phone in his possession at her home where he murdered her, and then he left with that phone to all these different locations, calling his girlfriend, calling. When he murdered the second victim, Diane Ruiz, Christine Melton's phone is on his body, and those movements are all shown in the geofencing warrant. So, for anybody here, and I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but for anybody here to even think, I don't care where you live in this world, for you to hear that and to know that, that's the truth, that's the facts. For you to hear that and say, well, there has to be somebody else, or he's not guilty of it, or any kind of
and
variation.
This is called Wade Wilson, but if you type it out on TikTok, you guys, oh my gosh, it's going to be like so many that's going to pop up, and it's just, I honestly, I was surprised at how many popped up. Hey, Broken Justice. I'm here. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go.
He is found guilty by a jury of his peers. That's the laws of our land, United States Constitution. That's what you're afforded. That's what he got. He got a fair and impartial jury. He got a trial that was done professionally, and there was nothing fugazi about it. And fugazi means funny or tricks or anything like that. He was given good representation, and he was found guilty. He was sentenced to death, and
And I love having Ron on there because he knows his stuff. So they can't just say, "Oh no, he doesn't know." I mean, he knows stuff. And I kid you not, 247,000 followers. I was like blown away. It was like, oh my goodness, that is another one has 80K. I mean, it's astonishing. And I know some are just want to listen because of these delusional people, but I find it ironic that Deadpool name. Yeah, and that actually, when you type it out, there's a lot of stuff that they put with that together. And speaking of really quickly on TikTok, there is a girl. Her name, she goes by hold on, what's her name? Allie, and which was one of the girls that he was talking to. Well, today she was painting her face, and ironically, it looks exact. Okay, so if you're painting your face for Halloween, right? I mean, there's so many different options, right? Well, she wanted to do this is what she said, a pumpkin one, but it was going to be, and so how he has the tattoos, and stuff like that. And she was painting her face, and somebody went into the chat and said something about it, about the Wade situation, and she got so bent out of shape. She was upset. She was like, this is why I don't want to do this. I just want to take all the paint off my face. And basically she's trying to get away from that. But I'm thinking, if you, and I'll put the clip on later on, I mean, what is somebody to think? You used to talk to him. You're painting his face that looks similar to what he has on his face. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like, you can't, I don't know. Anyway, so she ended her live because she was just so upset about it. And I was just like, I was like, well, you could paint your face so many different things, but whatever. Here we go.
That's what happens here. We're not in Germany. We're not in anywhere else. This is the United States of America, and that's how it happens. If you can't swallow that pill or accept it, that's on you. And I'm not disparaging or putting anybody down here, but those are the facts. And there is nothing to debate. There is nothing that needs to be said after this, because he has his appeal process, which is another right under the laws and constitutions of the United States. He's going to get those appeal processes, and that's why it's going to take 20 years for them to put him down. And when he gets put down, all of his appeal processes will be exhausted, and he'll have all of the laws and all of the justice system that he's afforded and all of his appeal process, they'll be exhausted. And then when that happens, that'll be it. Case over.
Stop please a moment. Claudia?
Yes.
Kannst du einmal sagen, dass sich kürzer fassen soll, dass wir immer Übersetzungspausen machen können?
Yeah.
All of a sudden they understand English.
You see how he starts pointing it out? And so these people understand, but for some odd reason, they started playing like they didn't understand. They needed this translator to go back and forth between them. And so, and in a minute, just pay attention to Ron's screen. He posts up something really funny. So
sorry, thank you very much for your commentary there. Steffi,
and right there on the right side, sorry to keep pausing it, she's the one that's translating for them.
The narrator is asking if you give some sentences or some explanations, if you can take a break so I can translate it to them and we can go back and forward like tic-tac-toe and play tennis, if that's okay with you. And not in, like I said. So I understand exactly what you're saying. I live in the United States. I'm from Germany, but I lived here for 25 years, so I'm very familiar with the laws of the land. I live here. I'm also a U.S. citizen, FYI to you. So I understand all of that stuff you said. I'm more of an assistance tool here to explain the laws into my country, my original country, in those worlds, if that makes sense. I'm more like a between here, the bridge, to bring clarification and also to translate certain things. Why these are two very, very different worlds. Just for a side note. I'm going to translate this to the ladies, if I may, for a second. Okay, Leute. So, hat jetzt einfach in der Form ganz genau erklärt, ist also ein Ex-Polizist in New York City. Und hat eben ganz kurz erklärt, wollte erklären, dass in Amerika gewisse Gesetze existieren, die in der Form
Okay, now pay attention to Ron. It'll cut off in a little.
Gewissen Aussatz haben in der Form, dass alle Beweise, so wie er das weiß, die DNA-Proben, DNA-Proben, Blutvergleich, dass sein Telefon gemappt worden ist an dem Tag, wo das passiert ist und dass sein Telefon, sein Handy, genau da war, wo das dann auch alles passiert ist in der Form. Dass also, wie gesagt, alles genauso geometrisch ausgelegt wurde als Beweismaterial. Und er hat gesagt,
now keep in mind, I just left this little piece so y'all can kind of get a little bit of the gist. Now, as it goes, I do take out a lot of it. Can you imagine, especially Pablo, because he stays longer, going through that? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's insane.
Dass seine Anwälte keine Möglichkeiten hatten, irgendwas zu
Oh, look at him. He put an SOS on there. I was just like, oh my gosh, look at that.
Verteidigen, weil alles war so vorgelegt, klar.
Now, at this time, I don't know how long they have already been live. This is just me catching them on TikTok and recording from then on, you know? So, yeah, it was ridiculous. It really was. Like, I cut so much off, but I just put a little bit so you guys can kind of see what they had to go through to really, like, feel. I mean, I don't even know how Pablo stayed the longest, honestly.
Sagen wir richtig, dass da in der Form keine Lücke war, zu beweisen, dass seine Unschuld vorliegt. Und er sagte nur, er wollte erklären, dass, wie gesagt, die Gesetze hier anders sind und dass gewisse Sachen vorgelegt werden bei Gericht. Das ist Standard für diese Strafe, die einfach nicht nur dahingegeben werden, sondern dass alle Institutionen sehr intensiv das ausarbeiten.
Now the chat, I wish we could see it a little bit better. But, you know, it's really funny. Sadly, I just couldn't put the whole chat without blocking something now. So it's kind of difficult, but, you know. Here we go.
Und alles kontrollieren in der Form, bevor sie diese Strafe eben anlegen, als Beispiel. Und dass sein Anwalt keine Möglichkeit hatte, in der momentan einen Einspruch einzulegen, weil alles dementsprechend konfirmiert wurde von den.
So now Pablo puts up his thumbnail. Okay, and so they're going to talk about that. I wish there would have been a translator in this chat because that would have been so funny because, you know, who knows really what these people were saying really at the time, you know? I can't believe life in Germany is 25 years and you're out. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that neither. I love Ron. He's great. And so, yeah, I do love them too. I'm glad that I don't even know how they I don't even know how it came about. I really do have no clue. So we'll see.
Den Frauen, von der Nila, von der anderen, I don't know, wie viele Leute da waren, haben alles vorgelegt. Das heißt, alles passte genau zusammen, um für den Richter diese Entscheidung zu fällen. Und das wollte ich einfach mal erklären. Weil in Deutschland das anders ist als in Amerika und er wollte einfach nur mal als offizieller Polizist erklären, wie die Gesetze hier gehen, dass es ganz anders ist als wie in Deutschland. So, das wollte ich mal kurz sagen.
Claudia, guckst du dir gerade das Video an von Pablo?
So now they're saying, like, you know, look at it, you know, they're pointing out his video. So obviously you can hear him say his name. Free Wade Wilson. All right. Well, Eyeballs is here to support Wade. Just don't spam or I will block. That's all I ask. Why Eyeballs? So he can make more spaghetti. Or the what? Oh, shoot. Just staying. What turkey girl? Maybe I got lost here for a minute.
Pablo? Hast du was gesehen?
Yes, ma'am. Can
Ich spreche mein Telefon. Ich schaue nicht so
What
mal.
happened? Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. So I just translated what your friend. Sorry, I don't look on the screen while I'm talking. I'm talking into my microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. They're weird. Go ahead.
No, they just said your video or some camera happened. I said I didn't see anything.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't know what they're talking about. It's been on me the whole time.
He just
They're
that
paying
was-
attention to the wrong details, Jumpsuit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what
I-
it's been on me the whole time.
I don't know what happened. Like I said, I didn't see it, so I just looked at my phone just a second ago. So I just translated.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Cherokee Girl. Yes. Yeah, he bragged that he So he had ran over her, yeah, back and forth several times that she said that she looked like spaghetti. And that's exactly how he told his father too. I mean, he basically like told so many people like everything that he did and almost like bragged about it. And then these women are making it yeah, that these and that's what they say. Like, what did you not listen to the calls, or did you not listen to, everything that's available? And I don't know if they even give an answer because they start to lose a little bit of their patience. Like, come on, just answer our questions. But here we go.
Your statement to the ladies in the chat of what you said about the laws, etc., and your position to the case. So what I explained before
it's not my position. It's not my position. It's the facts of the case.
Okay, yeah. Well,
this has got nothing to do with position. Let me just be clear. I'm not trying to be hostile. It's got nothing to do with my position. Those are the facts.
I understand, but I can understand and respect your facts. What I would like to do is, can we have it kindness?
It's not a position. It's not a position. It's the facts.
Okay, it's the facts. I understand what I'm saying.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
And you got, keep in mind that Ron's all about facts, which I love that, and that's why he keeps saying like, hey, it's just about facts. Yeah, he is broken justice. It's crazy. He is. And, when he, I don't even know if these ladies really even listened to the call, when he was talking about it and bragging about it. And they, like I said, they asked them, and I don't remember what their answer was, but you can hear it when he's talking about it, how like almost like he's excited about it. It's so disturbing. And he's admitting it. Like, what else do they need? Like, but here we go.
Ma'am.
If I may finish my sentence respectfully.
Oh, here we go.
What they say?
What I'm saying is I respect your opinion, your statement as facts.
It's not an opinion. It's fact.
Exactly. It's not his opinion. It's the facts. Like, okay. I don't know if it's just she's not understanding or she doesn't understand the difference or what, but okay.
What I'm saying is they have questions.
They understand English. They understand us.
Yeah, not all of them. And do me a favor, if you kindly could be kind. You have a very forceful approach to that. Let's be open and nice and kind about it. Kindness is really nice in this world, really much needed right now. To be just nice.
Kindness, really, as they're trying to defend somebody of what this guy did. Unbelievable. Like, this is just, and I know, look at Ron's face. He's got us, he wants to say so much. Just the facts. Yes, right? He is broken. Oh, yeah, he's definitely gross. Oh, gosh. And he just takes pleasure. And the way that, oh, my goodness, have you guys have listened to the calls? Because the last one, well, no, one of them that he was talking to with Vivian or something, he is so gross. Well, honestly, he's gross to a lot of women. But the last one, the way that he spoke, oh, my goodness, I couldn't believe it. Hold on, I just realized something. How disrespectful he is, and the ladies allow it. And not only do they allow it, he was bold enough to say for her to send $10,000. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you joking? Like, what? I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Nice and have a nice conversation. I'm trying to do my best here to communicate between two worlds.
What did they say to all that?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Kann ich eine Response kriegen von euch bitte? Weil ich bin nur am...
Jawohl. Wir sind da.
Bitte was?
Ja, übersetzt mal kurz. Was wollte er jetzt wissen?
Er wollte wissen, was eure Reaktion dazu ist, was ich gerade übersetzt habe. Wie er sagte, das sind die Fakten, die vorgelegt worden sind. Und es ist keine Meinung, es ist ein Faktum. Ich habe ihn gerade richtig gestellt. In der Form, was ich gesagt habe, ist, ich erwarte Freundlichkeit in diesem Chat. Ich bin dazu da, um zu helfen, was zu erklären, 2 Sprachen. Und ich möchte, dass er sich freundlich verhält und nicht.
And I kept looking at Pablo's face because he was making me laugh so much. This may be weird, but I always wonder how good these women offer ours in bed. I don't know. Have you heard how he talks they both talk sexually and stuff like that. I have no idea. And honestly, it's not weird because I actually been, thought about that too. I mean, you just think all these things. I don't know. I honestly have no clue. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. I have no, I don't know.
In a form. So,
Like, are they horrible or they have all the sexual frustration? Yeah, you know, it makes me wonder why is it that they can't just get somebody that's actually available? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it got me thinking, Cherokee Girl, seriously, like, yeah, like, is it because they know they're not going to sleep with him? I don't know. I really can't. I wish I could have one of these ladies that I can talk to. Honestly, now that I think about it, I wonder if I go on TikTok, if they would let me request one day. So that way I could just kind of like pick their brain a little bit. Because it'd be interesting. Not that I would ask that particular question, but, just out of curiosity, like, huh? I'm getting annoyed all. Oh, yeah, me too. Like, just listening to it, I was just like, ugh. Okay.
So aggressiv da reinkommt. Ich möchte, dass er sich anständig und freundlich verhält. Die ganze Welt braucht ein bisschen Freundlichkeit im Moment und nicht nur Aggression. Das habe ich mir gerade gesagt.
Ja, damit hast du ja recht.
Ja,
das
also.
Weil ich versuche hier was zu übersetzen und wenn jemand eine Meinung hat, das ist ein Punkt. Aber man muss auch andere Meinungen akzeptieren. Ich bin ja sehr objektiv an solchen Sachen. Das macht
ich habe mal eine Frage an.
Deswegen, er fragte, was eure Meinung dazu ist, für das, was ich gerade gesagt habe. Er hat gesagt, die Fakten wurden vorgelegt im Kurzformat. Diese Fakten wurden akzeptiert bei den.
And look, like, if you could see in their chat, there's people that are supporting Wade, but of course there's a lot of people who aren't, at all.
Gesetzen dieses Landes, er regelt auch anders, weil er ein Polizist ist, eine ganz andere Position in diesem Land, um das zu erklären. Das heißt, er vertritt einen Gesetzsstandpunkt, auch wenn wir damit nicht der Meinung sind, aber das ist ein Standpunkt als Beispiel. Okay? Er würde gerne wissen, was ihr darüber denkt.
Die Fakten sind ja alle schön und gut, nur was ich mich frage ist, da wurde doch trotzdem noch eine weitere DNA gefunden. Das ist das. Also ich denke daher, dass er das nicht alleine war.
Danke, dass ich das mal eben kurz übersetzen darf. Okay, here's a response from the ladies.
Here's the deal. When these people go live, who the heck is talking then? Like, there's no way. I mean, somebody's talking in English somewhere. I'm gonna be paying attention because this doesn't make any damn sense for this translator.
Okay. So here, the chat, I'm just speaking for everybody, it's easier that way. The chat heard your facts and the question they have in response is, there was supposedly another point of DNA has been found and that has not been investigated. There was another DNA found. So and that's the question they're raising, like, why is there another DNA that was not investigated? How can that happen if everything was kind of factual? And that is the end of this conversation.
He's like, hurry up. You can see, hey, say Dalton, what in the world are they talking about? Just rubbish, in my opinion.
Kind of, sort of, in the fact of the case. Why is that there? That's the question.
I can answer that unless you want to answer it, Jumpsuit.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So if there was in fact any other DNA that was found, his defense would have argued it. That was not argued. I believe that the DNA that you're referring to is something that you guys are all thinking it exists. If it existed and it was part of something that could be brought up in the court of law while the trial was going on, his defense would have brought that up.
Exactly.
But because they didn't bring that up, it doesn't exist. Because the trial is over. The trial is over.
Calling me. Let me please translate to the ladies and ask where this came from. So maybe that would bring some clarification. Leute, ich habe die Frage gestellt.
Are these ladies dumb as how he said he did? I know. That's what, like, and they say that too. I don't get it. I feel ashamed for those poor women. They have no self-worth. I know. I as you listen to them, and it's sad, to know, like, you're fighting for one one, for a guy who doesn't even know you exist, but second, for like all he cares about is like if he talks to you, he wants money. Like that's all he wants. He doesn't. What does he have to offer you? It's insane. Nothing. Like he unalived 2 women. Like, do you guys not like care? There's no justification for that, especially when he admitted it.
Die Frage ist
That's
jetzt,
how I feel.
könnt ihr euch daran erinnern oder weiß es vielleicht von euch jemand, wo dementsprechend diese Information herkam, wo diese dritte DNA gefunden worden ist oder wie auch immer? Wo war das? Wisst ihr das?
Bei dem ersten Opfer.
Okay, so translate back to you, gentlemen. So the response was that at the first victim A had additional DNA that was not investigated. That's what they brought up. That's a fact. And nobody pointed it out. So I don't know. That's the question that they have.
Well, I think Christine Melton, I would never refer to her as victim A. That's severely
I
disrespectful.
don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. That
Victim
was
A,
not
I don't
meant
know
that
what,
way. That's your
what,
perception.
I don't know where that comes from, but Christine Melton,
Did she say that's your perception?
if there was any other DNA, she had a home where probably other people were welcome, where people weren't there to rape and assault her or have their way with her and then assault her and kill her. So if there was other DNA, there's 5 sets of DNA in my home here from my family. You rule out who is not a suspect, and you take the DNA that's there, that is not only there and on that scene, at that murder scene number 1, victim number 1, who is Christine Melton, and then you take that same DNA and find it on a second victim, who is Diane Ruiz, not victim B, it's Diane Ruiz,
Yep.
and you say, what a reasonable person would
And how could they say that A and B, as they're saying like Wade Wilson, that just the disrespect, ugh.
say is,
And I'm glad that Ron corrected them like that,
that Wade Wilson's DNA is on both of these murder scenes, not the other DNA that was at someone's house from people that come to visit.
And
Anybody that's there.
Okay.
So,
here's my thing. Here's what I don't understand. Everyone besides me and dutyron and you, ma'am, who's translating, everyone who is opposing us in this discussion, it seems to be the collective idea that they don't think Wade Wilson is totally innocent. They just think there are other people involved and that he only had something to do with it as a part of multiple people having something to do with it, which I don't believe. But here's my question. I don't understand if Wade Wilson had a part in the murders of 2 women. Why are you on here making your usernames and
Yep.
TikTok accounts? Please stop turning my microphone off while I'm talking. Moderator, thank you.
I had no idea that on TikTok, I guess, as a moderator, you can mute him. That was so freaking rude. He was talking, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what happened? They muted him. I was like, wow, like that is so freaking rude.
Why are you on here making your usernames, profile pictures, and your entire TikTok accounts in support of Wade Wilson? If he had only if 3 people had something to do with the murder of 2 women, why are you supporting either one of them?
amen.
Okay, let me translate that, please.
Okay.
An den Chat, seine Frage ist.
All right, I gotta go,
erstmal-
guys. I'm getting out of here.
See ya.
Okay, thank you, good night. Der Polizist hat geäußert, dass in der Christine Ruiz Wohnung, glaube ich, als Beispiel, wo ihr gemeint habt, da war ein anderes DNA, correct? War das richtig?
Ja.
Dass er sagte, dass Das mag ja so sein, weil mehrere Menschen in ihrer Wohnung ihn besucht haben oder sie besucht haben, besser gesagt. Aber der ausschlaggebende Punkt war im Gericht, dass Wade Wilsons DNA an beiden Opfern gefunden worden ist. So, die haben das dementsprechend wahrscheinlich sich nicht angeschaut. Das hat er so gesagt. Ob das stimmt oder nicht, weiß ich nicht, weil er war darüber auch nicht informiert. Was ich dazu sagen kann, von meiner Meinung hier aus gesehen, wie er sich artikuliert hat, in der Form kann ich nur sagen, er ist jemand, der auf der Position des Gesetzes steht, wenn ihr versteht, was ich meine, und nicht offen ist, was zu diskutieren. Versteht ihr, was ich meine?
Ja.
So, das heißt, er steht auf seinem Punkt, egal ob der Himmel morgen blau ist oder grün, sagt er immer, der Himmel ist rot. Verstehst?
Ja.
So, ich wollte das nochmal ganz kurz sagen. Er hat jetzt gefragt, Jumpsuit Pablo hat gefragt, warum,
Ma'am, can I ask you one thing real quick?
Absolutely.
I would also like to know if none of these accounts understand English, I would assume they have not been able to listen to the calls. And I believe when you hear him speak for hours upon hours upon hours,
I can understand English, but I can't speak.
If you hear it, so if you have heard these calls, I don't know if they are able to understand the calls that have been released from Wade Wilson and really grasp how devious and unfeeling and unremorseful and unsympathetically and honestly how much he laughs at the details he provides in the actions he claimed he did against these women, detail by detail. And I don't know if any of these people on this live fully grasp that and are able to know. And
47 pounds of egg rolls. Oh Lord. Hey, how are you doing? After dark, coffee and crying. How's it going? Yeah, I know. Brenda, I'm with you too. It's crazy. I don't even know.
And really fully realize how ruthless he is towards these crimes and what has happened and what has been done to these two women.
Habt ihr das verstanden, was er gesagt hat?
Übersetz mal bitte.
Okay, er hat gesagt, seine Frage an euch ist, oder an dich, Sarah, da du das, also er pocht darauf oder fragt, er möchte gerne eine Antwort haben, um zu verstehen, warum du das Bild von Wade Wilson auf deinem Chat hast und warum als Frauen oder als Chat alle uns zusammen hier, wie ihr die Unterhaltung an seinen Gesprächen, Telefonanrufen verstehen könnt oder ob ihr wirklich richtig versteht, ist das seine Frage. Wie ruthless, das heißt, er ist sowas von, hat kein Taktgefühl, er ist sowas robust, er ist nicht einfühlig, er ist einfach eiskalt, als wenn ihn das alles gar nicht interessiert. Das ist so, was er versucht zu erklären.
Been one of those days or weeks. I understand. I get you. I understand. Hope you can get some rest today or this evening, if it's evening there. I'm not too sure where you're at.
Als Frau, was ihr da für eine Meinung für habt, ob ihr nicht sehen könnt in den Gesprächen, dass er in der Form eigentlich sehr ausstrahlt, dass er schuldig ist durch sein Verhalten. Das ist eine Frage
I really don't know how Pablo made it this long.
Okay, ich einmal kurz. Also das mit dem Bild hast du ja erklärt. Ne?
Ja, ich habe das,
damit man darauf aufmerksam macht, so.
I'm sorry, but the women are not. Yeah, I know. Sadly, I agree with you. I mean, I have someone in my living room now that speaks German, and he understands what she's. Oh, really? Oh, no way! Really, Broken Justice? Oh my gosh! I know you may be busy, but maybe they can help us out. I better be fed soon, don't we now? Oh my goodness. That's what, oh yeah, you're from the UK. I'm so sorry. Yeah, 11:30. Oh, well, that's understandable why you're tired. Yes. Get you some rest, young lady. I understand. That's pretty late. I'm usually in bed, you know. As the time goes, as I get older, I'm in bed earlier.
Ja.
Ja, wir haben alle die Calls gehört und ja, wir haben sie alle verstanden und ja, wir finden sie auch alle nicht toll.
Okay.
Dass er ein Narzisst ist, das hört man da raus. Wir sind ja alle nicht dumm, ne? Also wir sind ja alle keine Fangirls, die der Meinung sind, er ist der tolle Typ. So ist es ja nicht. Aber die Calls sagen ja nichts darüber aus, dass er schuldig ist.
You know what this kind of reminds me? Have you ever been like in the nail salon and you got the people just like talking and you don't know if they're talking crap about you or anything like that? This is what it like makes you think, like, how does Pablo not know, like, maybe if he's like sitting there and they're just talking crap about him? Oh, yeah.
Ist. Dass er gestört ist, dass er ein Narzisst ist, klar. Aber nicht, dass er wirklich schuldig ist.
Okay. Jumpsuit Pablo, I would like to send the translation back to you. Okay, so for the point of that your question was raised that the chat represents Wade Wilson, like I said, this is a marketing point to make awareness about this case only, while they only talk about this case. It's not a true crime channel. They just talk about this situation. That's why the Shida has that. Number one. The point that
are you talking about the host whose name is Wade Wilson?
Yes, she does it to get awareness to talk about this in Germany. That's why she put it there. That's it. But nobody knows if she puts her name in there. Nobody knows what she's talking about. She's trying to make awareness, advertising for that.
Ma'am, can I ask you, since they can't understand, can I just ask you from you to me? Do you believe that?
Yes. Why she doesn't talk about another case?
Do you think they made an entire account with the profile picture and username Wade Wilson because they're non-biased and they just want to raise awareness?
Claudia,
she wants to discuss, and that's what she is focused on, to find. She's representing the chat, like I said, for that case.
Does she believe that he's innocent?
Claudia?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you'll be sleeping soon. Yeah. I understand. You need to get some rest. Hey, Breezy. Hey, I'm a silent lurker, laugh out loud, but I just thought about this. If she can understand English but can't speak it well, why is the translator not helping her communicate with Pablo instead? Yeah, there's a couple of questions too that honestly, I feel like I've been even in their live before. And they were speaking English. Now, it was like a little bit broken and stuff, but that's a good question. Like, Oh, and then you'll see them kind of like, they say that they can understand it, but they can't speak it. I don't know. They just kind of change it up a little bit once in a while. But thank you for being a silent lurker, Breezy. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well.
Kannst du ihm erklären, dass das hier in Deutschland gar nicht so unüblich ist, dass man das Profil damit verbindet, was man verkaufen will?
She thinks he's innocent.
So let me translate. Steffi, sorry.
Oh, really, Nana? Huh. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Most German knows English. That's interesting. So what do you guys think is happening here then? Now I'm just curious, because this live would have gone by a lot faster the other way. Right? Oh, no. This is me cutting a lot of it out. Like, a lot. Like, I was like, no, I can't put you guys through that. It went on and on. Like, he would ask one little thing, and it'd go on for, like, 5 to 7 minutes. I'm just like, come on. Like, for every little thing. I don't know. And then they would talk amongst themselves for, like, a really long time. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. I don't know. It's very, but a lot faster the other. I didn't even think about that, Breezy. That is a good point. Very good point. Hey, Navigator. How are you doing? It's very weird. It is. Now you got me thinking more like, why? Hey, Gladys. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused a little bit right now, too. Now y'all got me thinking. I don't know. But you know what I will do? I will pay attention to see how forward on they are on their live. That's what I'm going to do.
Sarah musst du antworten, ne? Wait.
Well, yeah, Breezy, that's one of the things I did think about that too. It's almost like if they got this girl, like almost as a representation, so they have time to kind of, I guess because nobody really in there spoke it, right? But there was another thing also that they because there was a lot of people in chat was like, man, I wish somebody can, translate and, to make sure that they are translating correctly. But I don't know. Yeah, but I'm glad. Thank you. Hope you're well. Oh, absolutely. I've had such a good, productive day. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It's almost a weekend, you guys. If you guys have plans, stay safe. It's preventing Pablo and Ron from speaking. Yeah, because yeah, that's interesting. Um, yeah. Hey, Rachel. Hey guys, I watched some of these girls are pathetic, really. Yeah, I caught this live. Like I said, I don't know how long they had already been live, but dutyron was on for a while and then he, bounced out, which I don't blame him. But Pablo stays on for a good while, and these women, it gets even worse as it goes along. It's like crazy, but it's crazy. So here we go.
Ja, ich bin da, Entschuldigung.
Ja, dann antworte.
Es ist 4 Uhr morgens.
Ja, ich verstehe. Ich sitze hier auch und versuche, eine Brücke zu bauen. So, jetzt hast du die Möglichkeit. Okay?
Ja.
Ja, du wolltest Marketing, jetzt hast Marketing. Ich mache hier Marketing. So, du hast genug Leute da drin. So, let's reden. Okay? Okay. Du musst schon mitarbeiten mit mir, bitte. So
it ain't no marketing though.
No, you understood one word. That's not what I said. Sarah, seine Frage ist, ob du glaubst, dass er unschuldig ist. Seine Frage an dich als Host.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, na, ich frage dich. Wie gesagt, ich bin ja nur am Translate. So, Jumpsuit Pablo.
Ja, das kann ich doch selbst.
Okay, alright, dann sprich Englisch. Speak English.
I think
The
he
translator is my
innocent. Oh Gott. Was heißt unschuldig?
Innocent.
What?
The host believes that he's innocent.
I got that. I don't know why. Can I ask?
I don't know why.
Does anyone here on this live? If you could ask them all.
Gladys, that's I thought about putting that on, actually, to really see what they're saying. You know what? I probably will do when I have a little extra time to do that, because I'm really curious. I just don't feel like, I think they're just playing him. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're almost scheming behind without, and then they'll be like, okay, well, this and that. You know what I mean? And Rachel for sure, yeah. But he handled it pretty well. But toward the end, he was fed up. He was tired, and I don't blame him, actually. Yeah, really. No, just wait. His faces get a lot funnier as they go, because he gets. I don't blame him, like I said. But here we go.
What does everyone think of Jesse?
Fragt, was sie über Jesse denkt.
Ich mag sie nicht.
Ja, ich mag sie auch nicht.
Ich glaube, niemand denkt hier gut über sie.
Okay, the consensus of the live from the ladies is that nobody really likes her as a person, that she's a good person.
Okay, so did you guys hear that? So they're asking about Jesse, the one that goes on there. So they're saying, yeah, well, we don't really like her, at all. Okay, but you support Wade Wilson? That's so weird. Like, what? I love him. He's awesome. He really is. Pablo, bless him. Oh, yeah. He is hilarious. Like, I love his commentary on all these phone calls. I don't know which case he's going to do next, but I hope he keeps going, because he's hilarious. And his faces, too. I love his faces.
Right.
That's what they all said.
So nobody here supports her. She was leading the movement as far as, there's a side. Well, let's be real here. There's a side who believes Wade is guilty, and there's a side of the internet that believes he's not. And as far as everyone on the internet who thinks he's not, she kind of put that crown on her head and decided to lead the movement of people who believed he's innocent.
Oh.
Has everyone pretty much fully outcasted her and realized that she was only in this to scam people out of their money and use it for
if I may answer that, Claire, I can answer that straight up, and I can get it back to Germany to understand what you said. So the point of the matter is this: there is a team out there that believes he's innocent. There's a team out there that believes he's guilty. If I can say with high certainty here, as I'm standing here looking in the sky, that this chat from Germany is interested in the truth. And it's more an objective matter, point of representation, and that's really the fact. I speak as a German too here right now, that we don't like Jessie. We're not fond of her. We know she scammed that. She tried to phone that. She did it in her own favor.
Yeah, we know she's scammed. Okay, that's we can't forgive her. But this guy, I know he unalived 2 people, but that's okay, because there was more to the story. You guys don't. But we hate this girl because she's.
We know she has power of attorney. She got all the money. We know all that. She tried to sue this. So we're very informed of that situation in this chat. And we're discussing the pros and cons and trying to make more an analysis. Why, how, and all this fits together, if that makes sense. It's a general consensus.
If I can add, you and me talking, from me and you talking, I believe I've heard, I don't try to get too into this because I really don't care what the other side has to say. But if I'm being fair, I believe that the main consensus upon people like people in this live who believe Wade is innocent and some injustice has been done to him, I believe that they think, I think that here's the main things. Wade has given confessions, right? And that sounds pretty damning that he gave these confessions. Mm-hmm. And I believe that the ones who think he's innocent, their whole take on him giving those confessions is that he was forced to give those confessions by some outside illegal, dangerous gangster group of people who were they're gonna get him, they're gonna do something to him or his family, and so they forced him to give these confessions. Correct? That's what people think. Yeah. Here's my thing about that. And I don't believe that for many reasons. But here's if I had to pick one thing that I would like to choose to challenge that theory. If, let's say all this is true, right? Yeah. Let's say there is an outside group who and they said, if you don't confess, we're going to get your family, right? And so Wade, being the good, upstanding man he is, decided to confess to save his family, right? Or his kids, whatever. Why would you not just confess? Why do you feel the need to confess with such heinous, insensitive, and even mocking detail where you are laughing, making fun of, insulting, degrading the victims and the things that you claim you did to them? Why is that necessary? If you are truly an innocent man and if you're just confessing to save your family, why do you not just get on here and say, you know what? And what's the point? If you're going to confess, you don't do it to your father. You don't do it to your ex-girlfriend. You don't do it to some random junkie woman who hit you up. You go to the police, detectives, and you say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to confess. That's how you do it in America. That's how you confess, and it counts. Okay?
Got it.
You don't call all these random people and say, ha, 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 I did this to this, and you start cussing her out. You start degrading her. You start disrespecting her, calling her all these names. You sound like you're taking joy and pride in every single last detail of what you did every step of the way to these women. And that is why I don't buy into that he just confessed to save his family. That's why.
I understand exactly what you said, if I may translate that.
I love how he brought up so many good points. At least he's honest, exactly, right? Yeah, stand up guy, please.
To the ladies,
Okay.
and then I'm going to give you also my opinion on that. Why I would like to come back on that. It's 1 second, please. So, ladies, was jetzt sagte, habt ihr das verstanden, dass ein bisschen mehr offen ist zu der Idee, dass als Beispiel da eine Möglichkeit besteht? Seid ihr alle da? So, dass
Ich kann immer nur so halb zuhören, weil ich unten in den Kommentaren auch gucken muss.
Okay, ja, sorry. So, er hat einfach jetzt mal die Tür aufgemacht und einfach gesagt, es könnte ja möglich sein, daraufhin, dass ich gerade erklärt habe, es gibt Chats, die sind also für die Wahrheit, die sind für
I will
ihn.
say, I don't even know how Pablo lasted this long. I'm going to be totally honest.
Und es gibt Chats, die sind dagegen ihn. Dieser Chat ist 100%, ist meine Meinung, dass ihr nach der Wahrheit sucht. Okay?
Richtig, genau.
Das ist ein Unterschied. Deutschland sieht das anders. Es ist nicht Amerika, wo wir sprechen. Wir sind in Deutschland hier jetzt, wo die Leute einfach wissen wollen, weil das anders reportiert wird, was ist da eigentlich passiert. Das ist die Diskussion in diesem Chat. Okay? So, das hat er verstanden. Das sind 3, ich sage, es gibt einen pro, einen dagegen und dann gibt's das, was wir machen. Das ist ganz anders. Das habe ich ihm gerade erklärt. Das hat er auch eingesehen. Jetzt hat er aber auch eingesehen oder angegeben, dass er sich vorstellen kann, weil ich gesagt habe, es könnte ja auch sein, dass er, wie gesagt, erpresst worden ist, was wir alle schon besprochen haben. So, er ist jetzt auf der Schiene auch, die ich ja auch mache, verstehst? Wo wir alle machen, dass da er unter den Gangstern, der Mob hat ihn dementsprechend unter Druck gesetzt, dass er dann ein Geständnis abgelegen hat unter Druck, ja, dass sie ihn seine Familie umbringen wollten, seine Kinder. Daraufhin hat er jetzt auch die Tür aufgemacht. Das kann er sich auch vorstellen. Okay, so, wir haben schon was erreicht. Jetzt kommt dazu, er fragte nur, warum, wenn das dann so wäre, wenn ihm mir recht gibt, ja, dass er, wie gesagt, da einfach in eine Situation reingebracht worden ist und er ist der Fallguy gewesen, als Beispiel. Seine Frage ist jetzt, wenn das so wäre, hatte er die Frage an euch, warum er sich dementsprechend so verhält, dass man so gemein und so furchtbar über die Frauen, die Opfer und alles sprechen muss und das so dementsprechend...
I know. I guess what my feeling, Pablo, is good at keeping his emotions in check. Yeah, but at the end, the way he leaves them, I laughed because, like, I was like, oh boy. Yeah.
niederträglich daringt, als einfach die Polizei anzurufen und ein Geständnis abzulegen, ganz normal. Und nicht seine Ex-Freundin anruft und die andere anruft und den Vater anruft und diese ganzen verrückten Dinge. Das war seine Frage. Ich habe daraufhin noch keine Antwort gegeben, aber ich werde ihm...
I wish I can ask him right there. Like, what is he thinking? He's probably like, why am I still here?
darauf eine Antwort geben, weil ich der Meinung bin, und da könnt ihr bitte noch was dazu sagen, meine Meinung ist, dass dieser Mann ein riesiges Problem hat in seinem Kopf. Okay? Ja. Und dass da Medizin gebraucht wird, weil der hat ADD, der hat andere Geschichten, wo er dementsprechend, das ist alles, wir verhalten uns anders als jemand, der sowas tut und wir können uns das nicht vorstellen, weil du kannst keinen rationalen Gedanken an einen irrationalen Menschen stellen. Macht das Sinn, was ich sage? Ja. Okay, das ist mein Standpunkt hier und das will ich ihm jetzt gerade mitteilen. Ansonsten, wenn ihr noch was dazu sagen möchtet, bitte, weil ich renne aus dem Wörter hier raus.
Also ich bin der Meinung, der spinnt, also der spinnt einfach, bei dem stimmt im Oberstübchen was nicht.
Okay. Okay.
Der ist halt nicht clever, ne? Ich meine, die Asmodina, die hat das ja immer wieder gerne betont. Der ist eigentlich als Junge da reingekommen und der wächst da drin ja auch nicht. Also da sitzt immer noch ein Junge im Knast, der halt eben nicht schlau ist.
Ja, ist unterentwickelt, meinst du? Unterentwickelt im Gedanken.
You guys, keep in mind, I took a lot of this out. It's just crazy.
Ja, jetzt unterentwickelt ist jetzt ein bisschen viel, aber ja, im Grunde ja.
Doch, der ist zurückgeblieben halt.
Okay, das
Also
sage ich
der ist nicht auf der Stufe, auf die er eigentlich sein müsste, weil er hat ja diese Erfahrungswerte gar nicht. Der wird wahrscheinlich damals echt gedacht haben, ja komm, ich sag ja aus und alles ist gut und irgendwie, ja, ich sitze hier ein paar Jahre ab, kannte er ja schon, ne? War ihm ja jetzt nichts Neues. Ich sitze hier ein paar Jahre ab, dann komme ich raus, alles gut. Dass das so eine Bombe auslöst, hat der wahrscheinlich...
Enough, right? Try telling him, like, cut these women off already.
wahrscheinlich überhaupt niemals
Nicht erwartet.
gedacht.
Okay. Ja, okay, lass mich das mal translaten. Okay, Jumpsuit Pablo, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just related it to the ladies. So their response, number one, is that, and then I'll give you my response. Their response is that they know he's a narcissist. They also know, and they're very aware of it, and that's why they're watching this and discussing it, that his behavior, and I give you my opinion to that as well, and they agree to what I said, is we are rational people. You can't put a rational thought to an irrational person. We believe that something is not right with him in his mental state. We believe also that he never developed, or maybe he was not medicated correctly. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not here to diagnose this guy. But his behavior that he presented into the public or on the phone calls that over a sudden all got bought by somebody, I would like to know who that did that got plastered all over social media. He got represented in a certain light where people started discussions. It's very interesting. You have to always go back to the beginning. That's my opinion. To say, so why is this all happening? And that he represented himself like in a very, very narcissistic way that is like really disgraceful. We all agree with that, all of us. But we believe that there's something mentally wrong with this person. Why he acts and he talks also in some of the calls that they listen to and they understand the calls. What you need to understand is it's very difficult for German people when they understand we speak English in school, that's school English, but it's different when we use the slang or you live in the United States. It's about the barrier of speaking verbally, if that makes sense. Asian people have that too. They understand grammarly very nice, perfectly, but they have a barrier to talk, okay? Just that's why they're understand.
He's just like, what? Oh my gosh. I know. Machete, this woman needs to stop smoking or stop smoking what she is smoking. It's like I can't even yeah. But his face is like, oh my gosh, what?
Standing much more than they speak. They just feel embarrassed to say the wrong words, if you can respect that. So having said that, is the point is they understand and have the same position that his behavior is totally off the wall, but they also believe that he was not aware, based on the statements, that he thinks, oh, I'm just going to be here for a short time and then I go home. He didn't even realize what happened or what he did. Like he was not mentally there. That was their opinion, their response to that. So there's something wrong there. And he got incarcerated so young that he never really developed mentally correctly, or nobody really assisted him medically. This guy needs some help. There's something wrong with this guy, 100%. That's what they said.
All right. And what is your thoughts?
What I believe is that what I believe is the guy is not as stupid as he plays. So sometimes when you hear, I'm not really involved in that. I'm more on the outside looking in a little bit. Have seen everything. I don't do that. I don't have time for that. But what I'm saying is, based on what I've...
She just said, I don't have time for the... Oh my gosh. She sounds like she's... Oh my God.
You know, what we discussed is, I feel that there's more to the story. I'm very objective on it. I'm not emotionally involved in that. I see this from a very different angle. And I would like to know the truth. And I know that most of the ladies, all of them here actually, as far as from our team here, the small little group that we have in Germany, they just want to know what really happened. They want the truth. And there's so much more other stuff behind the curtain with the judges and this and that, and some other things in a political area that are involved that you are not aware of. There's more information out there that has not been even talked about yet anywhere. So,
I don't think there's really any more information. They got killed. These two women got killed.
Yeah, you know what? But I don't understand.
He killed them.
Yeah, but my question is,
it only takes one man to kill one woman, and
totally get it. Listen, I totally agree with what I would like to say is this.
To say, listen, for them to say that he is not medicated or properly, he's not fully developed. This man is not mentally handicapped. This man, we can hear, and as you said, see, you spent a lot of time in America, so I would hope that you know better than them the language and the slang and the verbiage of America, to be able to decipher if you have taken the time to hear these calls, which maybe they have and they don't get it. But what they need to, if you don't get it, then your opinion is flawed and you are uninformed, because this man is intelligent enough to manipulate woman after woman after woman after man after man. He does it to men, women, parents. He manipulates every single person he talks to. Correct. Into sympathizing with him and giving him money. That is not a mentally challenged person.
Yeah, may I say something to that? What I'm just have seen a few things, not all of them, 100% not, and I will not watch all of them either. But I'm telling you,
you don't have to be mentally challenged to be a dumbass.
I'm just saying what I think. What I'm saying is this, and it's just my observation. The guy is not stupid. But the problem is he's a full narcissist. And the interesting part is, if you look about the range of women that are involved in these calls or fall on their knees or all this other nonsense, I mean, listen, I don't have time for that. I don't give a shit about the guy. That's a true statement. I care about, from a legal point, as a legal scholar, to learn and understand why we're looking and discussing DP and why there's a lot of people that are not maybe for
Gladys. Only takes one man, I know. You're a genius.
Judgment in this country. It's an objective statement to say, as it doesn't exist in Germany, okay? So to see what is happening here, how do they do things, to learn something and get educated, number one. Number two, this case, for whatever reason, I don't know, I have no idea where it came from.
How does who get educated, please?
The chat gets educated, and they would like to educate.
They get educated through probably not very reliable sources, probably TikTok.
Yeah, but that's why you have discussion. So what's great is when you have, for example, if I need a plumber and I have a plumbing problem, I'm not calling my OBGYN. I call my plumber. Hey, the washing machine doesn't work. You understand what I'm saying? So you talk to somebody who maybe has the information, the expertise. I'm the source of the source, if that makes sense.
You just talked to a former NYPD detective.
Yeah, I totally respect his opinion, and I'm very grateful that you brought him into the chat and that you took the time to talk to us. And
we don't have beef with you or the people, but we just. I joined this live, and I've tried to be very, I feel like I have been quite respectful and cordial, because I'm not here to like argue or get into a thing or like beef with anybody. I really don't care. I mean, I can just live my life and play with my cats. I don't care. I'm.
Oh, okay, Gladys. No worries. Yeah, very important to watch a young person bake.
Genuinely curious.
Right.
I really want to know why these people support Wade Wilson.
Okay, die Frage ist, sorry, dass ich stören muss, aber wir haben ganz oft da unten die Frage, warum Wade Wilson die einzige Person ist, über die wir sprechen. Claudia, kannst du bitte ganz kurz sagen, das ist nicht so. Wir begleiten viele Fälle, wir behandeln hier viele Fälle, morgen auch wieder 2.
Okay, welche Fälle, ich weiß es nicht, frag mal eben kurz, welche Fälle sind das so als Beispiel, oder gib mir was für Fälle, sind nur DP-Fälle oder andere Fälle, ich weiß es nicht.
Nur DP-Fälle aus Amerika, aber die behandeln wir alle hier, ne? Also immer, wenn das der laufende Fall ist, behandeln wir die hier.
Okay, ja gut, danke, dass du mir das gesagt hast. Er wollte jetzt die Frage eben, sorry, I'm translating to, she had a question and a request.
Okay.
For the chat, just for clarification, and then I'm going to translate back. So the request was for the people in the chat. I don't look on my phone. I have it on my mouse to talk on my microphone. The question was raised in the chat from people that are joining us that we only talk about Wade Wilson. There's a correction. I didn't know that. So the chat, I'm not here all the time. I'm just here sporadically. So they just clarified and wanted me to make sure I say that. They are discussing only DP cases in the United States that follow them They try to look into them a little bit and discuss them, also different DP cases, only in the United States. That's what their interest is. Just for clarification for the
But
chat.
what is
So
their
that's
user? What is their username and who is their profile picture of?
I don't know that. Steffi, can you tell me which person that is?
Look
Ja, also morgen, also gleich.
Excuse me, what was that? I missed something.
Also heute Abend werden wir zum Beispiel Robert Robertson durchnehmen.
She's talking about Robert Robertson. I don't know. He's somebody that's...
Okay, listen. Listen.
So die Frage an euch war jetzt,
Yeah, Glass, I have no idea. They're kind of like, I don't even know. Yeah.
zum Jumpsuit Pablo, dass gerne von euch hören möchte.
Listen, here's the thing. Okay, if we want to talk about it, listen and see if we can agree that Wade Wilson's guilty and we just want to discuss whether or not he should get the death penalty, we can do that. But here's the thing. Here would be my question. Do you these are uninformed people, and I think even myself, I think it sounds ridiculous for me to come and sound like I'm bragging about the fact that I've done 10 years in prison, and so I'm kind of more informed on this opinion. But the facts are the facts, and unfortunately, this is kind of the thing I know about. Unfortunately, and do you think Wade Wilson wants to spend the next 50 years in prison? Do you think he does not want to be taken out? Do you think he wants to spend the next 30, 40, 50 years in prison? Like, if you really think he wants to stay alive, then you don't know inmates.
No, first of all, if I may ask you a question, may I ask you why you were incarcerated? Is that something I can ask, or is that not?
Yes, I'm very open, and I began my online career by announcing exactly what I did and how long I did, for what reason. I committed 2 armed robberies at gunpoint. I put guns in people's faces and robbed them, and I'm very open about that, and I've taken accountability, and I've done 10 years in prison, and I've served my time and turned my life around for that.
Thank you very much for sharing that. I didn't know that, so I have not looked into your profile, so I don't know. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, so what I would like to say, it just popped in my mind, and I would like to say that. So if I may explain that to you, maybe it brings a little bit more clarification for you as well, Jumpsuit, sorry, that in Germany, we don't have the death penalty. So for us, it's a very big, shocking situation that a life is taken, no matter how big the crime is. In Germany, just for clarification for you, maybe a little food for thought. In Germany, if you would committed that crime, just as a hypothetical, or in fact, you would go to prison for 15 or 25 years max in Germany. We don't have anything else. That's life term for us.
But
it's very different law, so you have to please excuse.
Right. Well, I do understand that, and I think that's awful because at the end of the day, you are being you. You get 25 years, and then you can continue your life after that. But what you did was end the life permanently of another person, and they'll never get to continue their life. And that is why America has the death penalty, especially in heinous crimes where the guy shows no remorse, as we've seen with Wade Wilson. He has no remorse. In fact, he laughs and mocks, degrades, and makes fun of his victims.
Yeah, and they agree. Like I said, I would like to clarify this. They agree 100% that this is despicable in every shape or form. That's discussed many times in this life, and they don't understand why. But nobody can explain it until you really examine this guy. I don't know, scan his head. I don't know what's going on with this guy.
But they're not arguing whether or not he deserves a death penalty. They're trying to say he's innocent. That's why their usernames and profile pictures are him.
No, I think I say it again.
I see one right here. It says "Freedom for Wilson."
I don't know who that is.
Why does he believes Wade Wilson needs freedom? He needs to go free so he can do what? Kill more women?
No, but listen, I don't say that one way or another. I'm here to try to make my point. I'm not talking for other people. I'm just trying to explain what the consensus of this chat, is a small group, says, not the people that are visiting, maybe. I don't know. But
no, it's not the people who are visiting. It's the people who are in this live right here. You can look on your screen and see the host. His name is Wade Wilson. The photo, it's a photo of Wade Wilson. Mm-hmm. The next person, their name is Freedom for Wilson. The photo, it's a picture of Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Their entire account is based off advocating for the freedom and exoneration of Wade Wilson after he has confessed in mocking, disrespectful, degrading, heinous detail how he murdered 2 women who did nothing to him.
Allow me please to ask the ladies directly. I don't know them and their opinions, but I can't speak for somebody else. I'm just translating. Let me do that, please. So, die Frage.
Oh, for sure, Nana. Yeah, he's getting ready because, yeah, you're right. You're spot on.
An euch, Leute,
Ja.
ist, sorry, ich versuche das zu immer erklären und es ist immer ein bisschen schwierig. Heißt, er fragt, Sarah, bist du noch da?
Ja.
Okay, er fragt, ob ihr wirklich glaubt, dass er unschuldig ist und Freedom for Wilson, ich kann das nicht sehen, ohne auf mein Telefon zu schauen. Er fragt einfach mal die Personen, die wirklich glauben, in diesem Live jetzt gerade sind oder am Team sind, ich weiß nicht, wer jetzt da drin ist oder nicht, ich kann das von jetzt nicht sehen, frage, ob jemand wirklich glaubt, dass Wilson freigesprochen worden werden sollte und dass er überhaupt totally unschuldig ist. Das ist eine Frage.
So, ich glaube es nicht.
Pacine, nee, es sind jetzt hier Wade Wilson und Freedom Wilson.
No, I want to hear from the two.
Nur die
I wanna hear from
beiden.
them two up top.
Ja, also ich glaube fest daran, dass er irgendwann freikommen wird und dass er unschuldig ist.
Okay. Und Sarah?
What about you,
Ich
host?
glaube auch
What's up?
daran, dass er
What's
unschuldig
up?
ist, bis ein Beweis kommt, wo wirklich zu 100% seine Schuld beweisen würde. Und das ist in meinen Augen nicht der Fall bis jetzt.
Ja, sehe ich auch so.
Okay, also ihr seid beide der gleichen Meinung, dass es noch nicht bewiesen worden ist, wie es momentan steht in dem Fall, dass er 100% dafür verantwortlich ist. Das ist eure Aussage.
Ja,
Richtig?
genau.
Okay. All right, Jumpsuit Pablo, let me translate that. So the host, Wade Wilson, and the lady have the opinion that for them, when it's finally determined that he's guilty, that he did the act and took 2 lives from this earth, and that's really 100% proven,
But it
as long
has
as that
been
has
proven.
not been presented to them, but they don't believe it has. They believe there's some missing parts in it. And it's not really 100% solid. They believe it is not fully decided yet. That's what they believe.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, well, it's already been decided that he has.
That's what they
And
say.
but long before that it was decided in court that he was guilty, he admitted he was guilty to his father, to his ex-girlfriend, who he told, if you are not with me, if you no longer want to stay with me, I don't want to be alive anymore. So he loved her that deeply, and he confessed what he did to her. And then also a random woman who randomly saw him on the news and hit him up. He trusted her so much that he also told her those same details. That's 3 people. That's 3 people within a month that he confessed to and laughed about and degraded and disrespected the victims of. There is no reason to do that. And if people want to run with the theory that he confessed over the phone to 3 random people who have nothing to do with the trial, your dad can't put you in jail forever. Your ex-girlfriend can't put you in jail. It's up to the judge and the jury. So if you're going to confess, you're going to go on record, you're going to go to the detectives. That's where you do it. And guess what? He did go do it after he did, confessed to all 3 people and laughed about it in the most heinous, disrespectful way possible. Then, you know why he went and admitted to the detectives and tried to trade the knowledge of where a dead body was in exchange for a Big Mac.
Yep.
Okay. And
Yes.
he described exactly where the body was, and the police had already found it. And so how do you know where the body is? This man killed 2 women. It's undeniable. It's already been proven. And so they're talking about until it's proven. It's already been proven by himself and then later by anyone with half a brain. It's been proven. And so, that's what I'm saying. They know. Listen, from me to you, this is all I'm going to say, and I'm going to close it out. They know that he did it. They don't care.
Yep.
And the reason they are supporting him advocating for him. They are creating excuses to excuse their diabolical behavior because they know it is wrong that they are supporting this guy. And the reason they are supporting this guy, and you can't say they're not, because this person's name is Wade Wilson. This person's name is Freedom for Wilson. This person's profile picture is Wade Wilson with his shirt off smiling. This person's picture is Wade Wilson with a red shirt on smiling. These people have created their entire accounts around positive Wade Wilson content and narratives. They love this guy and they know they shouldn't. And so they create excuses to excuse the fact that they love him for whatever weird, nasty, freaky, kinky reason that they are so into him and that they have this fascination and obsession over him. That's why they did it. And they're never going to accept that. I can sit here all night and tell you facts after facts after facts as to why Wade Wilson's guilty. But at the end of the day, you know why it's not going to change anyone's mind? Because they don't care if he's guilty. I really believe they already know he's guilty. They just don't care.
Yeah.
And they're just into him sexually and romantically and fantasizing with. And that's really all it is.
Let me translate that back to the ladies.
Claudia, einmal ganz kurz, ich muss nochmal stören, tut mir leid, aber wir haben schon wieder ganz viele Nachfragen unten im Chat. Wir sperren keine Kommentare, die eine andere Meinung haben. Wir sperren nur Kommentare, wenn die gegen die TikTok-Richtlinien sind. In Deutschland ist das ein bisschen empfindlicher als in Amerika.
Yes,
Wenn du das vielleicht einmal kurz erklären könntest.
Auf Englisch sagen, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jumpers Pablo, I have to do something for the moderator. But in Germany, the rules for TikTok are different than the United States, just to let you know. So I need to say something. So for the people that are in the chat from the United States, well, it's a German TikTok chat hosted from Germany, TikTok. The regulations are much stronger than in the United States. Nobody will be blocked in this chat at all unless you present or post items that are against TikTok regulations in Germany. So I can't tell exactly which regulations they are, but Germany is much more sensitive than the United States. I just need to say that the host asked me, the moderator asked me to say that. Thank you.
Also die andere Meinung ist völlig okay.
Is anybody who strongly and so truly believes that Wade Wilson is innocent, is anyone here willing to activate their camera and show their face?
Let me translate that, please. I just need to translate this for the moderator. Now I'm
Habe ich auch so verstanden. Nee, weil wir auch in Deutschland sind ganz schnell auf irgendwelchen Plattformen mit unseren Gesichtern und dann steht da drunter, dass wir Vivian heißen oder so.
Ja, haben wir ja schon gesehen. Wir sind
Also
ja schon auf Reddit, ne?
Genau, also dass wir da jetzt ein bisschen vorsichtiger sind, weil alle, die Deutsch sprechen, ja Vivian oder Emma sein könnten.
Okay, das wusste ich nicht. Ich frage einfach mal, wie gesagt, ich bin hier nur, um zu helfen. So, um das alles klar zu stellen. Okay. Also er hat vorher, bevor ich jetzt nochmal zurückgehe zu Jumpsuit Pablo, er hat gesagt, was er verstehen möchte oder seine Meinung ist, was er nicht verstehen kann. Da er 10 Jahre im Gefängnis war, ich weiß nicht, ob ihr wisst, warum er im Gefängnis war. Er hat also ein Armed Robbery gemacht mit Überfallung, mit einer Waffe und 2 Leuten eine Waffe ins Gesicht gesteckt. War dafür 10 Jahre im Gefängnis, hat seine Zeit abgesessen und dadurch hat er eine Karriere gebaut, jetzt über TikTok und ist dann, wie gesagt, seine Geschichte ganz öffentlich zu erzählen. Nur, dass ihr das wisst, als Clarification. So, und er hat gesagt, was er nicht verstehen kann, ist, dass Wade Wilson mit 3 Leuten, nur 2 Frauen, wie ich das verstehe, ich gebe das einfach nur mal so wieder, was er sagt. Ob das richtig ist oder falsch ist, ist eine andere Geschichte. So, wo er sagte, er hat seinem Vater das gesagt, er hat das der Mila gesagt und einer anderen Frau, die er gar nicht kannte und hat darüber gelacht und das einfach so sehr detrimentisch dargestellt, wie er jemanden 2 Frauen das Leben genommen hat. Und das alles klargestellt und nur darüber gelacht. Also er kommt nicht darüber weg, dass er so gemein ist, gelacht und so furchtbar sich verhält, dass Frauen das unterstützen. Und das ist einfach so eine Frage. Er will wissen, warum. Und er ist der Meinung, dass dieser Chat oder dieses Live einfach, er denkt, was ich ihm versucht habe zu erklären, ist das Folgende. Und das ist, wie gesagt, das Problem, was ich auch erkläre, wenn ich reinkomme. Das sind 2 verschiedene Welten hier, Amerika und Deutschland. Es ist so extrem, ich kann das gar nicht in Worte fassen. So,
Is anybody gonna show their face?
For all that.
So, und das heißt, one second. So, das heißt, Was ich versuche ihm klarzumachen ist, dass in Deutschland Sachen anders gesehen werden. Das weiß er natürlich überhaupt nicht. Versteht ihr, was ich meine? Der redet von einem amerikanischen Standpunkt. Das ist ja das, was wir versuchen zu erklären. So, und das kann man nicht mal in 3 Minuten machen. Das ist ein bisschen schwierig. So, damit er versteht, dass wir objektiv das schauen. Warum, wieso, weshalb. Ja? Und zum Anfang der Geschichte gehen, wenn ihr mir das richtig versteht, was ich sage. So, seine Frage ist, ob oder er denkt, dass Sarah, bist du noch da?
Ja.
Okay, er denkt, dass du vielleicht wirklich auf ihn fasziniert bist und dass du deswegen deinen Namen so gemacht hast und so weiter und so fort und dass du vielleicht das nicht sagen möchtest, aber dass du das vielleicht denkst. Ich weiß es nicht. Er fragt einfach mal. Ich stelle einfach nur Fragen hier. Ich bin der Translator hier. So, hast du eine Antwort darauf oder eine...
Das ist inkorrekt.
Okay, alright. Ja, okay, das war
Claudia, ganz kurz. Das haben wir jetzt schon, keine Ahnung, 10-mal beantwortet.
Ja.
Das
Ja,
geht einmal um die Aufmerksamkeit.
Zweitens möchte ich bitte etwas mehr Respekt auch im Chat. Ich behalte mich vor als Host und als Kondoführer, wie auch immer, dass ich Leute sperren werde, die nicht respektvoll sind.
Okay, so,
Claudie?
Jumpsuit. Okay, Jumpsuit Pablo.
Claudie?
Yes, hello?
Ja, mir ist da was eingefallen. Und zwar, ich glaube, weil ich höre das immer wieder raus, das spricht er an, dass er sagt, warum das Bild von Wade Wilson drin ist und warum der Name Wade Wilson drin ist.
Ja, aber das haben wir doch jetzt schon 10-mal beantwortet.
Nee, eigentlich nicht. Wir haben immer Umschweifung gemacht.
Nein, wir haben es locker 10-mal beantwortet, damit das Thema eine Aufmerksamkeit bekommt. Wenn da jetzt irgendwie ein Ponybild drin ist und da steht, keine Ahnung, Lara Croft oder so, dann verbindet das ja niemand mit dem Thema.
Ja, nee, aber das irgendwie versteht er das nicht, dass wir das halt so machen, wir Deutschen.
Ich versuche eine Brücke zu bauen zwischen Amerika und Deutschland. Das ist ein bisschen schwierig für ihn, nicht für uns.
Ja.
Ich glaube, das habt ihr schon festgestellt. Ich versuche ihm alles die Lichter anzumachen.
Weil versuch ihn doch mal das zu erklären, das ist wie mit der Flasche Whisky. Wenn du die Whiskyflasche aufmachst auf der Parkbank, dann wirst du verhaftet.
Babytron, also ich verstehe dich total. Das Problem ist, du kannst diesem Typen nichts erklären, weil er nimmt es nicht auf.
Das habe ich schon festgestellt, aber ich versuche es trotzdem auf andere Wege.
Aren't we all now then? I mean, look at his face. It doesn't have much more longer because he's about to lose his patience.
Ja, er hat schon ein bisschen was angenommen, aber noch nicht so viel, wie ich wollte. Aber ich versuche trotzdem noch weiter. Das heißt, es ist ja der Punkt der ganzen Diskussion, denke ich mir mal.
Ja, aber ich denke, er lacht sich auch ein bisschen tot.
Ja, ist auch in Ordnung, aber das macht ja nichts, weil Sarah kriegt in der Form, wie gesagt, auch positive Feedback als Beispiel, um die Diskussion am Leben zu halten. Das ist ja ganz wichtig. Man muss darüber diskutieren. Das ist so meine Meinung. So, lass mich mal zurückgehen zu Mr. Jumpsuit Pablo.
Yeah.
So, you had the question, so I just want to emphasize again, and they just informed me of something that I didn't know. Well, I live in the United States for a long time. I don't know the regulations of TikTok and the social media in Germany. I've been there, gone before social media even started. That's a fact. So, I just want to explain that, but they just made me aware of it. So, the ladies in the chat are very confident ladies, young ladies, number one. They are not sexually fascinated with Wade Wilson in any way, shape, or form. Neither are they phone girls, call girls, or anything in that paradigm. They're not interested in this guy personally. They would never call him. They would never even attempt to do any of that. In Germany, when you just ask them to open the picture and go on the screen, and I tell you, they explain to me why it happened to them before, prior to this live. So there's a German girl, what I understand, called Vivian from Germany that is talking to Wade Wilson on a phone call, I believe. I don't know. I haven't listened to it. So the issue in Germany is, two ladies just informed me that the minute they put their picture up, somebody will take these images and then post the next day. They get bombarded that they are the Vivian or the Emma or whatever the names of the ladies are, that these are the girls. But the host was accused tonight probably 15 times that she's the girl Vivian, but her voice is maybe also a little mellow. I don't know. She's not Vivian under no circumstances here or any shape or form. But in Germany, the Facebook or all the other social media sites operate very, very differently. And Germany is very much stricter than the United States. Just to let you know, the laws are very different over there. And they're going to shut her account down and everything else. And she going to get marketed as she's one of the girls from Wade Wilson. She would like to avoid that. Both ladies would like that.
Yeah,
so that's not an excuse. That's a fact.
I don't think that's something just in Germany. It kind of works.
I don't know.
The same way everywhere. And
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. If nobody's fascinated with him and nobody's a fan of him and nobody's glamorizing him, and you truly believe, and so the only reason you're supporting him and making TikTok accounts with profile photos and you're basing your whole account and username and your entire online.
It's for awareness. They want to make awareness.
Wait. Hang on. Now, I sat here for 7 minutes listening to all that. Let me just say this. If you're going to base everything about that, then you're telling me that you were doing that because you so passionately believe that this man is innocent. Show your face and put your face on it, because I put my face that he's guilty. I'll put my face on it, and people can take my face and they can say I'm Jim, Joe, John, Jingle, Jangleheimer, Smith. I don't care who they say. They can say I'm Bob, Bill, Barry, Benny, Billy. I don't care who you say I am or what I did or who I am. You can say whatever, because I believe without beyond a shadow of doubt that he's guilty. So if you really are not obsessed and you really believe this man's innocent, put your face on it. Come on out here and put your face on it and stand up for what you believe is right, man. Show some balls, show some backbone, and put your face on it.
I totally respect your opinion on that, but let me tell you something, and that has to do with cultural differences, and I can contest to that why I'm German, and I maybe live here, but not everything is Americanized. In my nature or my roots are in Germany, and it will never change. Doesn't matter if I live here another 100 years. The point of the matter is Europe and Germany is very conservative. That these ladies.
I'm in the South. You don't get no more conservative than I'm in South Carolina, man.
I don't know. I've never been there.
More conservative than this.
I've never been in North Carolina. Never visited yet.
Well,
but
me neither. But I live in South Carolina. I've never been to North Carolina either.
Well, I'm sorry, South Carolina. Sorry, but I'm saying you don't get.
But none of that applies. It ain't worse than here. No. And listen, there ain't nobody gonna delete your account because somebody screenshots your little photo and posts it on Reddit. She already got on Reddit through other situations. That's what she told me. I'm just a translator. I'm not the enemy. What happened? And what
they
happened?
They shut her account down. She made a new account. But what I'm saying is, what you need to understand.
Her account on what?
On Wade Wilson, there was another one before.
Wait, there ain't no website called Wade Wilson. They shut a Reddit account down or her TikTok down. What did they shut down?
I'm not sure, Sarah.
That matters when you're talking about the reason they don't want to show their faces because they'll lose their account.
Yep.
It matters. These little things matter.
Ich muss noch mal ganz kurz unterbrechen. Bitte haltet euch ein bisschen kürzer, damit Claudia auch immer rechtzeitig übersetzen kann. Das ist, wenn wir 5 Minuten, das schaffst du nicht zu übersetzen. Also bitte ein bisschen kürzer halten. Sag ihm das bitte nochmal. Okay. Ganz lieb gemeint, aber bitte ein bisschen kürzer.
Ja, okay, ich tue mein Bestes.
Ich möchte auch kurz noch eine Frage stellen.
Ja, er hat gefragt, oder fragt euch nochmal, Sarah, was rede ich hier eigentlich? Sarah, ich habe ihm das gerade erklärt mit der Geschichte, dass in Deutschland die Regulation war. Ich weiß das nicht, ich bin nicht da, keine Ahnung. Dass das anders ist und dass es alles sensibler gehandelt wird da drüben mit TikTok, weil ich noch nicht mal da war, als Internet erfunden wurde. Ich war in Amerika.
Man, show your motherfucking.
So, und er hat nur gefragt, er sagt, er ist sehr confident, dass er daran glaubt, dass er schuldig ist. Das ist seine Position, das kann ich auch verstehen. Er sagt, warum man nicht selbstverständlich sehr selbstbewusst sein kann und sein Gesicht nicht zeigen kann, auch wenn man glaubt, dass er unschuldig ist. Egal, ob jemand ihn einen anderen Namen gibt oder irgendwas macht, und er fragt, ob du dein Konto verloren hast oder dein Account, weil du was gepostet hast an dem Reddit oder an dem Wade Wilson oder an deinem Chat. Das war die Frage. Ich weiß es nicht. Keine Ahnung.
Show your face.
Okay.
I want to see you. I want to see who I'm
oder soll
talking
ich?
to.
Weiß ich nicht.
Kommen wir auf den Punkt.
Okay, nee, stopp.
Eigentlich, ich lebe in Deutschland und habe das Recht aufs Bild und deswegen muss ich mein Gesicht nicht zeigen. Fertig.
Okay, Claudia, ganz kurz. Wir hatten hier vor kurzem einen Fall in Sylt. Ich weiß nicht, ob du das mitbekommen hast.
Nein.
Da haben Menschen...
Und ihr sollt bitte auch respektvoll sein, ne? Weil wir sind hier auch respektvoll. Noch. Und ich finde es jetzt ehrlich gesagt wirklich, dass er jetzt da anfängt zu lachen oder sonstiges. Das ist
weil er uns nicht versteht. Claudia, einmal ganz kurz zum Sachverhalt, wie das hier in Deutschland läuft. Wenn du dich hier in Deutschland falsch benimmst und ein Video von dir dabei hochkommt, also du musst dich nicht falsch benehmen, du musst nur eine andere Meinung haben. Dann landest du mit deinem vollen Namen, deiner Adresse und deinem Arbeitgeber im Internet.
Oh wow.
Das geht hier tatsächlich sehr
das wusste ich
schnell.
nicht, weiß ich nicht. Okay, danke, dass du mir das sagst, weil ich das nicht weiß. So, ich sage ihm das jetzt bitte nochmal.
Okay.
Jumpsuit Pablo, just for clarification, what I just learned myself, being German but living in the United States.
German. Here we go.
So in Germany, if a video or somebody takes a picture on any live, that's the law over there. They had a case on an island there or another city in Germany where what they do is they take your picture, they will post your address, your phone number, and your workplace of employment right away. That's the German law. They're not going to endanger.
I mean, that's that's anywhere in the world.
That's not. No. I'm telling you. Let me finish, please. Let me finish, please. What I'm saying is the German law regulates that. So you have to please respect that this is their position. They have a job, they have a life. They want to bring awareness to the case, but they want to just get to the bottom of it.
That's not German. That's anywhere in the world. That's called doxing.
Yeah, but they want to avoid that they lose it. I'm just translating. I'm not the enemy here. So that they they want to avoid that they get any problems in their work, in their life. They have good jobs or anything else.
Well, if you're standing up for what's right,
I understand, but that's your position. Not everybody stands firm in that.
But you see, I mean, can we? Come on now. I'm 32 years old. I'm not no slow motherfucker.
I didn't say that. Please be nice.
I didn't say you did, but I'm talking to you. You were relaying all this good stuff to me, but I'm telling you,
I know, but like this is
they ain't talking about that. You know, come on now. CC,
I understand. Listen, I understand.
From you to me,
I totally get what you're saying, but if
because I ain't even said it yet.
Okay,
from
go
you
ahead.
to me, they're full of crap, and they're scared. They're scared to put the face out because they know they're wrong. They know what they're doing and what they're standing up for is wrong.
I have a question. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, it is, Steffi. You know it is. What you little what?
Ich habe eine question. Sorry, du hast eine Frage? Sorry. Das zu blocken.
Und zwar, es gibt ja auch Leute von uns, die welche ihre Gesichter zeigen. Und ich finde, jeder darf das absolut selber entscheiden. Ich finde, auch wenn man ein Wade Wilson-Bild drin hat, heißt es ja nicht, man kann ja trotzdem ein guter Supporter sein oder auf irgendeiner Seite. Sie zeigt ja damit nur, dass sie quasi hinter dem steht, was sie macht. Und dadurch natürlich auch das TikTok als Gruppe mehr Aufmerksamkeit bekommt, als wenn sie jetzt sich selber da reinsetzt.
I'm not a TikToker.
Als, keine Ahnung.
Ja.
I'm not a TikToker. I ain't posted in months.
Yes. Kannst du ihn nochmal sagen, er soll auch ein bisschen respektvoller bleiben?
Okay.
Wir sind nett, er soll auch nett bleiben, sonst macht das hier keinen Sinn, ne?
Ja, das verstehe ich schon. Ich versuche das ja alles ein bisschen zu lenken.
Ich weiß.
Versuche. So, Jumpsuit Pablo, sorry. So the ladies responded just now. The lady responded that in her opinion or in their way of being as how they feel about the situation, they would love to bring more awareness to this whole situation in their thought, views. It's not set in stone. They're open-minded. If it's going to be going this way, it's going to be fine. If it's going to be proven, they're not 100% confident that this has already been finished the way they believe in their belief system. I respect everybody's belief system. I'm very open-minded on stuff like that. I'm very objective and say, okay, I want to see the facts. They want to see this or that. And they already saw that. Yeah, but I'm saying they wanted to make a point to say it is their right and they believe in it, but they want to protect their position and they maybe are not as confident as you are
Now I get, them wanting to protect their identity because, there are some people that would talk them and go real life and all that. So I totally understand, because as we know, especially in this community, how it could be, it can get really nasty, and these people have kids and stuff. So I do, understand their point as well.
And you stand to what you did in your life, and I respect that very much.
Well, I stand for what's right, and I take accountability for what's
I stand
wrong.
for what's right too, and I have a flag in my yard. And if somebody dares to take the flag down, I'm going to keep coming.
Well, I understand that, but I also take accountability for what's wrong. My name is Jumpsuit Pablo for a reason. The jumpsuit comes from the prison jumpsuit. It's no secret that I was a bad man, and I did bad things, and I turned my life around, and I fully accept that, and I will admit that. And in the same way, I know now that what I do is the right thing, and I stand on the right side of things, and I'm not afraid to show my face or tell you my name or tell you my address. And they know they're wrong. They know that they're wrong. They don't want to stand behind this.
But you have to allow a different opinion, and you're right to say what you believe in your opinion matters. And I totally respect this 1,000%. And I might have a different opinion about certain things, but I can still have an objective opinion or a conversation with somebody that maybe doesn't agree with that is politically seen, or in this case, or maybe other items that I can say, you are very confident, you learned, you have grown as a man, as a person through your experiences. We're all victims of our experiences, or
so maybe they should listen to me.
Yeah, maybe they would like to listen to me.
As you described, they are uninformed because they don't fully understand the nuances of English language when in trying to interpret the facts of the case.
Right, but now then please allow, as I think it's wonderful, that's why we have this conversation, I think it's fabulous, to say, hey, for some reason, it's possible that we can converse here, even with translating back and forward to different countries and different languages, to maybe bring in more clarity and maybe bring another thought process into somebody's mind.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. That's why I've been on this
me too.
for an hour.
I'm trying to help you too. You never know what you think at the end of the day, and you maybe think about it, you sleep over it, and like, man, I learned something, or I remember what he said, or this or that. That can go both ways. But I think it's very important to be nice and kind, to be respectful and say, you know what, I respect what you're saying. Let me think about it and let me come back to you on that, or maybe continue it, or whatever might be the case, if that's something you agree on. You don't have to always, my opinion is, you don't always have to react to certain things or make a full final decision. Sometimes you just take with it and you go pregnant with it, as we say in Germany. You just walk with it, and then maybe tomorrow you say, wow, that made sense, or you remember something that somebody taught you, or you learned.
Can I ask you something? I know you're the translator, but I want to talk to you personally. Okay. Can I ask you personally and specifically, have you heard the calls where he confessed?
No, I have not. I'm very honest.
Well, what is your opinion? Do you think, can I ask, do you have an opinion on whether you think he's innocent or guilty? Do you personally
have not made a final decision on that. I'm objective on the point. I'm on the fence both ways. What I'm saying is, I know he got sentenced where there's something evident there. Otherwise, I wouldn't send the answers in the question. He wouldn't have gotten that if he would have done that. But I believe. Go ahead.
Do you think that if you heard 3 to 5 phone calls, each phone call being 15 to 20 minutes of him laughing, disrespecting, degrading, and describing in graphic, heinous, vicious, violent detail as to how he killed both of these women, and then laughed about it and made fun of them.
Exactly.
Do you think that if you heard that, do you think you would change your mind and believe that he did it?
If I listen to it, I have to form my own opinion, and I'm going to probably make it a point to listen to it, to really hear about myself and hear what he doesn't say and get my own observation on that. And then I have an
I think you should go listen to those.
Yeah, let me get back to you on that, and I'm sure we're going to continue that to another time or whatever happens, and I can make a statement to that. At this moment, I stand here for the truth. I would like, for me,
well, man, you ain't heard enough information to stand for the truth.
Yeah,
with
but
all
what
due
I'm
respect,
saying is,
you don't have enough key information to stand on any side because you're not informed, and I am.
What I'm saying is,
I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on.
But you know what's interesting is that I don't come at you to judge you on your opinion. I don't do that. I'm very open.
I'm not trying to judge you. You have just admitted that you are uninformed, and I'm telling you that I am informed.
Yeah, but I respect your opinion.
I don't think there's a more important piece of information than the confession coming straight out of this man's mouth as to how and why and in what way he killed these women. If you have not heard that, you are uninformed. And I have heard that, and so I am informed, and so I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just telling you that I'm a little more up to date on these things than you are. And so when people are trying to argue with me about whether he's innocent, he's not innocent, people don't have enough information to even come at me because I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm trying to inform you.
Yeah, I do. I don't. And, yeah, I agree with that too. I think they're acting dumb. They definitely have heard it. And I mean, if they were enough to make all these profiles and talk about him on and daily and stuff, come on. You've read everything, you've heard everything, you've seen everything. They're just choosing to not, believe what the facts are, so, but it's got a couple minutes left. Yeah. By the way, thank you guys for who's still here, 15 watching. I appreciate you guys. And if y'all can hit the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. And we're almost done here.
And I appreciate that. What I'm telling you, and I have no judgment on that anyway, one way or another. What I'm saying is, I hear your opinion. I hear what you said, and I respect that. I have not done it. But I tell you one thing.
It's not ma'am. I'm sorry. It's not an opinion. He literally said it. He said it.
Be kind and let me finish my sentence, please, kindly.
Okay.
But I would like to say, I believe that there is a completely different point to this whole situation. That's my opinion. You can't take that from me. I have different information on something else, and I'm not going to verbalize that right now. It's not the time. What? But I say this, there's another point to the situation, to this movie. That movie is presented in one way. That's a fact.
Not a movie.
But I believe, no, that's just my opinion, my verbiage that I use. But I believe there's something else to it. I want to know what happened behind the doors. There's more behind the doors. And that's my opinion. And we're trying to figure out by researching and more information, sharing facts, this and that, to see what consensus we're all coming to. We have an open conversation. Is it important to me? No, it's not. Does my life direct on it? No, it's not. Is it super important to me? Not. Do I care about the guy? No, I don't. I care about the object and the subject itself.
Do you think that I am exaggerating or possibly lying when I tell you that there are calls on YouTube that I can send you a link right now where he is describing every step of how he took the lives of these women. Do you think I'm lying?
So let me ask you a question. If you
do you think I'm making that up?
No, I didn't say that. Let me ask you a question. If you never
you're not answering, you're asking a question. Do you think I'm lying about that?
No, I didn't say you're lying about it. I have not said that. I'm
asking if you think I am.
I don't say you do. What I'm saying
I know. I'm not saying that you did. I'm asking, do you think I would make that up when it is so easily? You can literally go to YouTube and you'll either find it or you won't find it.
I don't believe that. No, at all. What I'm asking you is this. Let me finish, please. If you never tried chocolate in your life, and somebody describes chocolates to you, listen, let me finish. If you never tried chocolate, you don't know how it feels, you haven't seen it, you haven't touched it. The minute you try the chocolate, you can't live without chocolate. But I cannot describe the feeling to you what chocolate might be. So let me come to my own consensus while you're trying to direct the conversation.
That would be me.
Stopp.
No, I get what you're
Na,
saying.
Moment, ich muss noch mal ganz kurz meckern.
Sorry, Steffi, moderator. Sorry,
Describing
moderator.
chocolate.
Moment, Pablo,
describing
please, Mama. Moment,
describing.
Pablo, please.
Ma'am, I get what you're saying. I promise. I can't
Claudia.
describe.
Here we
The
go.
moderator
If I
has
try
to stop it.
chocolate,
Sorry.
if I
Claudia.
try chocolate, I can. Okay, well, fuck you, bitch.
A little moment. Na, so genau. Claudia, noch mal ganz kurz. Ihr müsst irgendwie gucken, dass ihr uns in die Unterhaltung ein bisschen einbindet. Wenn ihr die ganze Zeit nur miteinander redet, wird das hier nichts, ne?
Ja,
Euch
ich
ist schon
versuche-
klar, dass er uns gerade beleidigt hat, also dich, ne?
Ich versuche.
Ah, da bin ich da stehe ich drüber.
Ich bin da gar
sehe ich
nicht.
jetzt nicht als
So basically, they go ramble on and on. I heard this last night. This lady is yes. You say yes. Oh my gosh! When I was listening, I wanted to like shake and be like, just stop, you know. And then the more that I listened, I was like, yeah, they're just not going to change their mind. I mean, and I mean, and to be honest, like Pablo's really patient. Like I don't even know how he lasted that long. Now, Ron was like, peace out, you know. I don't blame them either, but yeah, these people are just never going to. And the fact that they justify everything and they say they need all these evidence and stuff. I mean, it's just no matter what, these kind of people are just going to believe what they're going to already believe. They're not going to change their mind. And fine, you want to believe he's innocent, then go over there. But they want to make self-aware, especially people in Germany. Come on, you know, it's ridiculous. Yeah. She never heard any of the phone calls or even watched the trial. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't, you know, nothing. So where are they making this opinion from? It doesn't make any sense. The trial, none of the phone calls. I don't believe it. You know, I think that they did, and they're just playing dumb. And, you know, they just want to support him because they're just like all these other women who just look at him and like, oh my gosh, you know, look at him. And it's ridiculous, honestly. And but yeah, that's and like I said, on TikTok, if you type it out, you could see so many people who support him, who raise money for him. I mean, it just goes on and on. It's ridiculous, like how it is. Now, I don't see it much here on like YouTube, but on TikTok, it is insane the amount of people who really support him. But yeah, no. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys, you know, because I did a live a couple of lives ago, and I was showing the face of how people, you know, how crazy it is of how they support them and do their face and all that stuff. So it's mind-boggling, honestly. But there you go. I mean, Pablo done lost his mind and just said, okay, enough of it, and got off. I mean, I don't blame them, you know. So, and then they said something toward the end was like, which I didn't record because I think I stopped it at that point. It was something like, oh, we don't know why he left, you know, you guys, or something like that. You know, they were going to play dumb. And these are the kind of people that do that. So it didn't even matter. No matter what he said, no matter what proof he's shown, nothing, they weren't going to change their mind. So whether they'll be back, I have no clue. I have no idea. But if they do, I will record, and hopefully I can delete a little bit more of their translation, which I find ridiculous because I know I've been on their live before and it wasn't an issue. So why conveniently it was an issue when this happened is interesting. And Breezy, you know, like I said, brought up a good point. You know, it would have been easier the other way around. So I don't know. But I mean, it's disturbing to see people that support this. And, you know, there's excuses and justifications for no matter what, you know, all these fans. But let's see how that works out for them. You know, maybe they need, if they by chance haven't, you know, seen, you know, any of the trial or any of his confessions of the phone calls. I mean, there's so much out there that they're, let's just say, for example, if they're not even going to, that they say they're not aware of. It's like, well, then educate yourself. You know, there's so much out there, especially on YouTube and TikTok. I mean, we got social media. There's no excuse that you can say that you haven't heard any of the phone calls. I don't believe it at all. I think it's just another way for them to justify of supporting him. And, you know, that's just my opinion. And it's ridiculous. Hold on. But anyway, yeah, I know I want some strudels now. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. I know this was kind of like a long video. I did not realize it was going to be 2 hours. I tried to cut some off, but I think I must have blacked out on some of the things because I couldn't even really pay attention. Some it's just crazy. And these German supporters, I don't know, it's very odd. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. And I don't know. Some people are blinded and believe what they want to. Yeah, exactly. And I think that no matter how he could be there, you know, for another few hours, and I don't think that they were going to change their mind. I think that they were already set. They already believe what, I mean, enough to even form a TikTok thing, you know? So you mean to tell me you've created this whole TikTok awareness thing, but you haven't listened to anything? Come on, that's just bull. Like I said, it's just an excuse to just support them, you know. What makes it even more sick is the people who raise money and then they end up keeping it. That's like a whole nother thing on TikTok that's been done. And then also, if he's going to get support, what's the thing called where they support? I mean, that they do it once a year and they pick, like right now it's Scott Peterson. But they do that for free. So a lot of people were questioning, well, what does he need money for? I mean, besides the commentary, I know that he wants money constantly for that, but he kept saying he needed money for an attorney. It's like, he doesn't need that because representation for that is free. I don't know. It's just so much. It's another way for people to scam, as we've seen on no matter what platform you're on. People will take an opportunity, you know, to take the money. Well, guess what? He's not going to know how much was raised or anything like that. So people take advantage of people, and sadly, that's what happens no matter what. But I thank you guys so much for being here. And if you guys can hit the like button on the way out, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will find some shorter clips of stuff. If they do go on live, maybe they'll talk about it, and we'll take a listen and see what they have to say. But I have to give it up to dutyron and Pablo for their patience and for going up there. But you guys have a good night, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe out there, and thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.